Hey, I didn't know you were there. Welcome to the shop. I've got this thing I glued up yesterday. I want to check out and see how it came out. Let's take a look. Look at this damn thing. This is, oh my God, this is ugly. Wax paper did not stick, but you know, there's a lot of epoxy oozed out. Okay, see if this comes off. Yeah. Oh, cool. That's a good sign. Oh, right, look at that. That's off. I could clean this, but you know, it'll just go in the rack. Okay, so wax paper, done with that. Sometimes you can reuse wax paper, but this isn't one of those times. This is my my test finial. No, this is that plug. Remember, I needed to put a plug in there to keep these things from strips from getting in. Well, there's that. This is I've got a, you know, there's this whole thing. There's this implication of axial shape to this thing, which means that really this has got a wow on one side, which means it's not going to be perfectly flat. I'm going to chuck this up and try sanding this bottom and keep my eye on the wood. I want this clean. I think I'm going to take a block like this, square one like this, and glue it, probably super glue it to the bottom of this thing so I can hold it on my lathe and turn the rest of this thing. That's the dream right now. Let's see what I can do with sanding. Sanding's not fun to watch, so I'll bring you back. Well, this is what I've got to set myself up for sanding this thing. A bucket that this fits into without cutting the finial off. Anyway, got a sander here. I'm gonna get some 80 grit paper in it. It's a little bit used up, but I'm gonna see what I can do. Get some of that glue off. Be happy. The thing about the epoxy glue is it gets so hard that it's actually easy to sand. Anyway, we'll see what it looks like when I get it done. All right, so I've got the bottom sanded. Okay, so I've got this sanded. It's in pretty good condition. The black line, this ring right here, is the part that's going to stick into the urn. So this is the lip of the lid, if you will. I think those are the right words. I need to hold this on the lathe to turn it. So my dream is I've got this block of wood, a little cheap piece of pine. I've got a square, which is just a little teeny bit bigger than it so that I can see the pencil line on the edges. And I'm going to, best I can, center this. It doesn't that much matter. I want to get to this today, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to use my accelerator and my medium thickness glue, cyanoacrylate glue. God bless us all. Modern living. Put the accelerator on this and then glue on that. There it is. It's accelerated. And now this will be glued. I don't know what the accelerator is. This will all eventually come off. And I've got a couple of seconds to get this straight. That didn't happen. I didn't get it. I didn't get it. Damn it. Oh well, that was a miss. Next plan is take this. Jesus, that was fast. I mean, they say it's quick. All right. The next plan is to take this to the table saw and set the fence up and trim this block a little bit smaller but squarer. Let's do that. All right, do that. Be back. All right, so I've run this through the saw and I've dressed it off. I've clipped a couple of spots here and there. It'll all turn out. This is going to get turned off anyway. And now I'm going to go through and clean these edges. Hopefully this will work. That worked. Wow, this glue set fast. I got 2 little wiggles out of it, and that was it. But this has got no pilot error in it whatsoever. This is gauged to the fence on the saw, so this is as good as I can do, which is, you know, comforting, I guess. All right, it's a little smaller than I wanted, but the jaws are adjustable. Shouldn't be a problem. So now I've got my new center point. I'll go over to the lathe and grab this thing. This surface is flat, so when this goes against the chuck, it will be flat this way. And this is square to the ends, or parallel to 4 sides, so when I put it in the chuck, it won't do that. That's the dream. Let's go see what happens. You never know. All right, square. Come on. There it is. Loosen that just a teeny bit. I think I'm in. See what it looks like. A little bobbly. Eek. No one's going to care. No one's going to care. All right, that's that. I'm going to go very, very slowly with a scraper. And you can imagine I'm worried about the chipping. Yeah. You know, it's not as close to round as it's not as symmetrical as I was hoping for. I wonder why. This is something I can figure out. So I should just tape 2 little pieces of wood to the outside of this, and that might shove it back out. How much? Not much. Let's go see if I can do that, come up with something. Well, I think I've got it this time. So I put in a piece of paper and shimmed it so that the side that was the weakest cut was shoved forward. That's what I did. The buzzing. But let's take a look, see how we did. Better. I think it's better. Not really. Well, it varies a great deal. It is the most complete there and there is the most complete in these places. So these things should have, this should be where the paper is. I'm going to take this apart one more time. Damn. Complete. That's where I've got the paper. It's just the paper's not enough. Need more. I think I'm going to make a couple of wafers of wood and put it on. Be right back. Well, who the hell knows if this is going to work. I had the paper on there. It's cardboard-like paper. It crushed in pretty well. Didn't hold up. Okay, so I'm going to glue 2 little strips of wood on. We're going to use a super glue again. And I'm going to put a little bit of this on it. Use a medium weight. This doesn't have to get stuck very far or hard. It's just, if I glue it on, it will be repeatable, because I kind of want to be able to take this off and put it back on at least once to get this ring fitted the way that I want it. Alright, that should work. I'm a little disappointed the thing with the table saw didn't work out. You know, squaring it up with the table saw. But there you go. Things happen. I'm going to mark this as jaw number 1. Okay, so I've got this locked in. That worked. I feel good about it. I don't know about the trueness of it, but what we're going to do is mark some of these flat spots and see how well I did. I hate these little irregularities. I know there's a lot of geometry going on. Just, I don't care for that. All right. Still have flat spots, so I haven't overcommitted yet. All right, where are we now? Come on. Come on. The majority of them are about 1/2 of an inch of flat spot. These two are opposites. Good enough. I'm going with this. I think this is what I want. It's going to be super. I think this will be it. A little snug. I'm going to dismount this. I should be able to take it off and put it back on again without anything going wrong. Those are the dreams, right? Be right back. All right, over and back again. It almost fit. I could probably have pushed it on. That worked so well, I'm going to do that again. That's jaw number 1. Good. Curiously enough, that didn't do it. It's real close. And there's jaw number 1. All right, that fit like a glove. I'm very happy. We're going to go with that. Get this back on the chuck. All right. Looks like I want to take about a 1/16 of an inch off the outside edge of this. That shouldn't be that hard to do. really not looking for all that much. So that's sort of what I'm thinking of. I got a little bit to do yet. Little smiles. Good? It's just going to be fine. It's going to be just fine. I think that's it. I'm going to go get some sandpaper and maybe this edge gets a little bit rounder. But that's about it. I think that's all I was looking for. Put some paper right here. It's not to start with. Okay, so I want to drill this thing before I go any further. So I've got a drill bit. I'm going to chuck. I'm going to put in my tailstock. Let me grab a drill bit. I think I want to use something like 3/4 inch. I think it'll have be like 1 inch at the bottom. That seems reasonable. 3/4 is right here. Looks like it's been out before. 3/4 seems good. I don't have to go very deep. Yeah, I don't know. Not very deep. 3/4 of an inch, maybe. All right. That will be the final size of my of the tenon on the finial. I think I want to flatten this a little bit more now that I've got that drilled. A little bit. Flattening. Yeah, I should do that. Put those things away. I love this putting things away. It's great. All right, let's do that. A little flat. It's a good tool for that. So I'll have a little bit of a base on the finial that will be about an inch and a 1/16. That'll touch that all the way around, and a tenon on the end. I'll make it probably the 10.5 inch. Looks like I've got 9/16, so I'm good. All this is good. Now that piece that I super glued on the bottom of this, I can take off now if I wanted. Pretty exciting. So there's that. It doesn't look awful at all. Looks pretty symmetrical. Let's go see what it looks like on the urn. Well, I'm pretty looking forward to this, I think. Look at that. Oh yeah, almost no rattle. That's great. What do you think? I think it looks pretty smart. Pretty smart. 3/4, 1 1/8. I may have just overplayed my hand. Yeah, this is only 7/8. This right here, on the other hand, looks like it's about 2 by 2. 1 and 5 is 9/16. Well, 1 and 13, 14, 15/16. 1 and 15/16. There we go. Sort of. It's got a little angle to it. I think I'll plane this down so it'll fit in the chuck that's on the tool at the moment. Mark a center point and turn myself a finial. You know, I don't know. How big? How big a finial do you want? Maybe a little less than that. Yeah. Come up to a little ball and then point. So even though I've just got an 1 1/16 of a seat, I can actually have that ball come out to 1 3/4. And then that's what I'm doing. That's what I'm doing. Let me plane this down to 1 3/4. I think. All right, be back. Okay, so here we go. The next step. Got a live center, which spins. No friction. It's good. No friction is good. Got a center mark that I've made in the end of this. It'll go there. Got this. The reason I'm doing both, a chuck and a live center, is I want it pretty well centered. I want it supported at this end, but at some point I'm going to pair this thing off to 0, and so I want it held better than this. I want it held when I turn it down to too small for this to be working. That's the dream. So let's get this centered. Okay, now it's going to go there. I'm driving this in like that. I'm going to loosen this and then tighten it real well. I'm never going to take that off till once it comes off. Okay, so this is set to go. I'm looking for about 4 inches. Make a bead. I'm going to be down a little bit because this is going to come to a point. Pretty small end. Not a going to hurt yourself, but a pretty small end. And next first step is to take the first, let's just say 5 inches of it and make it round. Turn the corners off. So we'll do that first, and then start doing our fancy shapes. All right, got a lot of tension on it now. I don't need that much. Save the bush. So we got a young visitor in the shop. Say hi, Ro.
Hi.
There you go. And we've got the cap of this done. Got the finial turned and hammered in. It fit was so snug I didn't get any glue in it. There it sets. And now I think the next thing to do is to give this a little bit of its final color. And in preparation of doing some sanding. Finish sanding. So this right here, some clear shellac, which is great for putting the fibers into a condition you can really sand them smoothly. And and you can put almost any finish you want on top of it, which is great. Anyway, that's what that's going to look like. I'm pretty excited. And next is final sanding, and then I've been thinking about it, and I'm thinking I'm going to lacquer this. So that's the dream right now. That's what I think we'll get to. Lacquer. Should be good. A little bit more of the bottom edge of this to get. One coat of this clear shellac on everything now, and then we'll start sanding and spraying lacquer. Can't wait. Thanks for watching. Take a look when we get some lacquer on it. I've got it, I think, all set to go. I'm getting ready for the 5th. This little spot right there. It's always something. I'm getting ready for coat 5 on lacquer. I think that'll probably take care of it. Although every now and then I find a spot that just, could be better. Good, 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 good. So I'm going to take it apart. Obviously you saw the video comes out. Just, makes sanding a lot easier to have things that aren't in the way. Anyway, finial's pretty well done. And I'm going to move the stuff scattered around and get my last coat on. Cool. I think this is ready. I'm going to wipe it one more time. I believe that this is the last coat. How do you know? The simplest thing, it's not that I can't decide, it's just that the least little thing goes wrong, and the simplest way out of it is just, sand it and put another coat on. It costs about 20 cents worth of lacquer, maybe 50 cents worth of lacquer. So I think I'm good. All right. So I'm going to start with this side right here, which has got a knot in it. All right, now over here to the finial in the top. All right, look at us go. That's so cool. All right, the finial has just a little bare spot, right? Not bare, but a light spot. Cool. All right, that's it. That could be it. Could be the magic moment. Be great. Thanks for watching. We'll sit here and watch the lacquer dry from now on. Look at that. It's sweet. All right, done for now. Go do something else. So, got this at home just for a little show and tell. It turns out it's about 7.5 inches, 7.25 inches wide, and about 17 inches tall. Has a volume, somewhere around pretty nearly 2 quarts. Not that that's really, I'm not going to buy milk in it or anything. Anyway, but it came out pretty well. The 5 coats of lacquer really, really paid off. It's got a nice warm glow to it. The patterning of the Spaulted Maple looks kind of nice. Finial is, it's my idea of a good looking finial. I really, really like how it all worked out. I liked all the pieces and parts and the shapes. It's always something to put your finger on and say, I wish I'd done that a little bit better. Anyway, I'm pretty pleased. Came out pretty well. Got done. That's an important part of this. And you know, we'll go do something else next. Thanks for watching. Thanks for sticking with me on the whole series. There's, you know, a special place in heaven for all of you. We'll see you.
Don't you have to go through hell here? No, just teasing.
Do you want that recorded?
No. You turned it off.
Tell us something. Tell us something important.